Hello everyone, I am today discussing about the in fluid mechanics, the types of flows of a fluid. That is, first type is steady flow and unsteady flow. Let us consider the R is a set of properties of a fluid and V is velocity of a fluid. If R and V of a fluid is invariant with respect to the time for a particular space, this type of fluid we call as steady flow fluid. That is, dou r by dou 2 for a particular space is equal to 0 and dou e by dou t for a space is equal to 0. That type of flow we call as steady flow. Then if R and V flows varies for a fluid varies with respect to time, such fluid flow we call as unsteady flow, that they can vary with respect to time for a particular space. dr by dt or dou r by dou t is not equal to 0 and dou e by dou t is not equal to 0. Then second type only uniform and non-uniform flows. Same here also I am consider R as a set of properties of a fluid and V is a velocity of a fluid. If R and V is invariant with respect to space, that means any direction for a given instant of time, they doesn't vary with respect to space but for an instant of time, that type of flow we call as uniform flow. That is dou r by dou s, dou space is for a particular instant of time is equal to 0 and dou v by dou space is for a particular instant of time is equal to 0. Then if R and V of a fluid varies with respect to space for a given instant of time, such flow is known as non-uniform flow. That is, does not equal to 0, dou r by dou space with respect to time for particular instant of time. Dou v divided by dou space for particular instant of time is not equal to 0. Next we go to third type, compressible and incompressible flows. For incompressible flow, there is a change in density with respect to the pressure is 0 or the density is constant throughout the portion of the fluid during its motion, that is dou rho by dou p is equal to 0. Such type of flow we call as incompressible flow. There is a change in density with respect to the pressure. Dou rho by dou p is not equal to 0, where density is the function of pressure. That type of flow we call as compressible flow. Next type is rotational and irrotational flow. For a rotation, it is a kind of flow in which the fluid particles, when flowing with the streamlines, that means constant velocity lines, and rotate about their own axes. That type of flow we call as rotational flow. In mathematically we can express that rotational flow omega is equal to half of I j k dou by dou x dou by dou y and dou by dou z uv w. Then where omega x, omega y and omega z are the velocity components along x, y, z direction. Next type only irrotational flow, when the fluid properties particles which are flowing along streamline but they do not rotate with own axis. That type of flow we call as irrotational. There the velocity components are 0. Next time go to the ideal fluid flow. For ideal fluid, the density is constant and it is incompressible and non-viscous fluid. That means viscosity is 0. Such type of fluid we call as ideal fluid. According to Newton's laws of viscosity, the shear stress we can define by mu into du by dy. But for ideal fluid, mu is equal to 0. Therefore, shear stress is also equal to 0. Sigma is. If I consider the fixed surface, the fluid moving in viscosity, constant velocity or streamline flow, inside this tube we have considered du by dy, that is rate of deformation is not equal to 0 at the end of this tube. If we go for higher region, it is a constant, the rate of deformation is constant. Here I am also consider sigma b is the shear stress between the wall of this tube and the particles are a fluid particles in the tube, that is sigma b, that is also 0, and sigma p, that is the shear stress between the particles in the tube, that is also 0. But only the one stress, that is normal stress acting on the fluid is possible. And also for ideal fluid we can write del dot v is equal to 0. This is also obey for irrotational fluids. This we called as the continuity equation for the ideal fluid. And del cross v is equal to 0 for a conservation velocity vector field. We have defined v is del phi, that is a scalar function. We can define along xyz direction this by using scalar function v is equal to minus dou phi by dou x, v is equal to minus dou phi by dou y, and w is equal to minus dou phi by dou z. These are all scalar component of velocity. And we can also write del square phi is equal to 0. It is a Laplace equation. So the ideal fluid as it is the ideal fluid flow is incompressible, flow is steady, and flow is irrotational. This kind of flow we called as potential flow. Next time go to in rotational flow. Rotational flow we can define by del cross v. And also we have vorticity. Vorticity is 2 times of rotational flow. We can the curl of a v we can return as del cross v, like this: I j k dou by dou x dou by dou y and dou by z u v w. I am expanding this determinant. Then if I consider this region, for rectangular region, a particle a, b and c, this b particle moves in this direction with changing an angle del alpha, and c particle moves in this direction with the changing angle del beta, and this change in we can return as in terms of velocity dou u by dou y into dy dt. For in this direction our change is dou u by dou x into dx into dt. This is a dx dy. I am written for this triangle del alpha, tan del alpha is equal to dou v by dou x into dx divided by dx into dt. It will get dou u by dou x into dt. If we taken the angular velocity in this direction, omega ab is equal to del alpha into with respect del alpha divided by del t. We apply the limits delta t tends to 0, and del alpha we have already know del alpha is equal to dou u by dou x into dt divided by delta t. Delta t cancel, what do we get? Du by dx. Similarly for AC direction, the angular velocity is minus dou u by dou y, a negative sign for in opposite direction. Next, the total angular velocity along z direction, that means in this it is x, y and z direction towards us, that is omega z is equal to half of x plus y direction. Of the x direction is dou by dou x minus of dou by dou y. Similarly, the angular velocity about x and y axis is given by omega x is equal to half of dou w by dou y minus dou by dou z, along y axis half of dou u by dou z minus dou w by dou x. So for the rotation vector we can write omega is equal to omega x I, omega y j, omega z k. Then omega is equal to half of, we have substituted here omega x, omega y and omega z values. Then take the half outside. This is the curl of v, which is omega is equal to half of curl of v. The velocity is defined by, the vorticity is defined by twice of the rotation. That is vorticity is equal to 2 times, to go to there, that is curl of v. That is the vorticity is not equal to 0 for rotational flows, but for irrotational flows it is equal to 0. This figure shows the rotation of the fluid, where omega is the angular rotation and this one has the vorticity. Thank you for watching.